Hey everyone, welcome back to
5 Minute Eats, and we are on the last and final day of Hormel Compleats week.
And we've saved the worst for last.
Well, at least in terms of looks. So at the end of this episode, we are going to tell you our best and worst of the week. But before we do that, we've got to truly find out if this is the worst of the week. So we have saved for you today the roast beef and mashed potatoes with gravy, succulent roast beef and creamy mashed potatoes with rich beef gravy. This is around $2.24 at Walmart. And this thing, whenever I looked at it at first, you know, it's just like a beef patty on top of mashed potatoes, which is fine and all. But then I flipped it over, and boy, oh boy, was there a surprise waiting for me.
Yeah, man, look at that. That thing looks scary.
There is it looks like veins or there's something not meat in this meat. You know, it's like an interior thing in the animal. I don't know what exactly it is, but it ain't something I would usually eat. Because
let's face it, Hormel is known for taking the leftover meat and making something out of it, right?
Yeah.
Like Spam. So when we saw this thing, we were like, oh my God, look at this thing. Because I was thinking this might be the best because it's got beef and mashed potatoes with gravy. It's got to be the best. But look at this. This is scary, dude.
It is scary. And at first I thought it was just bits of mashed potato clinging to it because it was like the underside. But then I took my fork and actually jiggled them, and it is definitely tubes of something, you know?
Yeah, because I feel like there could be worms, coming out of it or something like that, right? Just scary, right? And guys, if you're new to our channel, basically we review everyday grocery items. So before you spend your hard-earned money, let us tell you if it's worth it.
Let's try this out.
If you'd like to support this channel, the easiest way to do that is using our Amazon links the next time you shop there.
Alright guys, welcome back. Our rating system. Thumbs up out again, thumbs down we would not. So for me, this is a thumbs down. The meat, I made sure to eat around whatever that stuff was. It was tender, it was good. I had no issues with the meat on the parts that I ate. The big issue for me, I love mashed potatoes. I can have it without the gravy or with. So I was super excited. Unfortunately, this mashed potato is very freaking bland. Just bland. The gravy, it was also bland and a little too salty. I would not want this, the mashed potatoes and gravy. And I definitely don't want this weird looking meat, right? So because of all of that, this is a thumbs down.
If you like what we're doing here, please consider sending us super thanks. It helps us continue to provide more amazing content.
Alrighty, to cap off this week, this one is going to be an easy thumbs down. This is not good. The mashed potatoes, really not impressed with. They were not a great texture. They weren't creamy. I would not say it was kind of like they were almost like putty, you know, just a kind of gloopy, gluey, thick texture. Not what I would love.
Yeah, because when I put my fork in there to get some, it would just be like a chunk of it would come out.
Yes, exactly. You know? So that wasn't great. The gravy was quite bland. I wouldn't even say that it tasted like beef or anything. It just tasted like salt with nothing else there. So that wasn't great either, but the beef, really quite disgusting. Now you say that you didn't have any problems with it aside from the weird bits?
Yeah, the parts that I did have, because I ate around the weird bits.
So did I, and it's not like I wanted to eat those.
I felt like it was good. It was tender, seasoned well, you know?
I felt like this meat was drier than pretty much all of the other meats. I didn't love that. Now the other beef, especially, it had a beef texture to it. This looked and tasted and had the texture of like a liquefied meat that has been put back together, but there was also a weird chemical-y taste in it for me, and I did not love that. as I was eating it, it kind of like just kept reminding me of like hearing that thing about the pink sludge from back in the day, you know? And I just kept thinking that's got to be in here because there was just not a great flavor. But also, I don't want to see that shit in there.
So for those that don't know, the pink sludge, what are you talking about?
Well, I think they did it like maybe talking about McDonald's burgers or something, how it was like in them. But it's basically like, I think some sort of like additive that you put in like these processed meats to like stabilize it, hold it together, like pump it up a little bit. Like, but I think it's kind of like byproducts or something. I don't really know what it is, but I know it sounds gross. And, you know, I don't mind having a McDonald's burger because I've never seen any of this stuff in there. But this, to me, a huge quality control issue.
All right, guys, so the week is up now. We got to decide which one was our favorite of the week and which one was our least favorite. So it's going to be interesting because, look, there's only one that we actually liked. There was only one that we liked. Before we tell you that, we're going to tell you our least favorite of the week. And so for me, that was the spaghetti, because that was really shocking, right? Because if you're going to do that, because let's face it, there's a lot of companies that make canned spaghetti, and those you can open with a pull tab or whatever that is, throw it into a microwave safe plate or bowl or whatever and make it, right? The Hormel, it was trying to be more convenient, but unfortunately, the freaking sauce in it was just tangy. It was too sweet. It was just weird. It was a weird creation, man. Was it spaghetti? They tried, but what the F was that thing? It was just nasty. What about you?
For me, it's really coming down to two of them, and that was the start of the week and the end of the week. But I'm really torn on it almost, because I think to me, actually, I think that the most offensive one to me was the spaghetti. And that's really saying something, because I found today's to be quite freaking offensive. But like, I almost kind of expect that with like a processed meal like this, that there may be some hinkiness with the meat. I didn't expect what we got, but I expected something. However, the spaghetti I felt like would be an immediate home run. It's like, how do you f that up? But the spaghetti was really quite terrible. Like, it really felt like an assault on your mouth, and I didn't enjoy that. Like, I would almost rather eat this roast beef and mashed potatoes over that, so therefore the spaghetti has to be the worst.
All right, guys, so now our favorite of the week, because we only gave one of them a thumbs up. So for us, both of us, our favorite of the week was the beef pot roast. That was really shocking, because that was, is that the word they use here? Complete meal?
Yeah, well, it's completes.
Completes, yeah. So that's a good way to describe this meal, because that was like just almost as good as the kind you make at home. Because I believe I said it was a little bit saltier, but other than that, it was a good product. Everything was tender. The meat, the vegetables, the gravy was good. I was really shocked about that.
I would agree. I copy and paste all of the above. I think that one is what I wished that the rest of the week would have been, you know, like, because I said in that video that I thought that the spaghetti was setting the tone for the week, and that wasn't a good sign. But then we had that one, and it was so good. But it turns out that the spaghetti really was setting the tone for the week, and the beef pot roast was just the outlier. So
guys, that concludes Hormel week. So if you guys like what we're doing here, there's a couple of ways you can support us. It really goes a long way. Number one, it's very simple. If you buy from Amazon, use our Amazon link. Check our description on all our videos. Just click that link. It's going to take you typically to a product Amazon requires us to link to, but you don't have to buy that product. Anything within the next 24 hours after clicking that link, we get a small commission. Like I always say, it might be 10 cents, 50 cents, possibly even $1. Another way you can support us is through Super Thanks, which I hate the name of that, but it's a real easy way to send us some cash. We'll take whatever, $10, $20, $1,000, we don't mind. Whatever you do, it helps us. And stay tuned next week. We're going to have a new theme. See ya.
Alright guys, that's the video. If you like what we're doing here, definitely check out our other channel, Food Prep Inc. And don't forget to give us a like and subscribe.